For interesting introduction. I feel a bit like a bear in a pit, and so I'll be torn to bits, to shreds in a few minutes. But especially as I've only got 20 minutes to try and encapsulate the underlying ideas in what are in fact two books. And it's unfortunate that this is the third debate I've had, once with Kevin Dugan, where he's reproduced Kevin's arguments, and another with Kevin Dugan and several others in the Social Workers Party in SOAS. Some of you may have been there. And I'm glad to continue the debate because some of the straw men aspects of it I think are not particularly helpful, and I thought Richard Seymour's piece attacking me as a ventriloquist and all sorts of other funny names, not particularly nice, so I've had to accept that. But I've also found that there's tremendous feedback from a lot of activist groups around the world, a lot of youth groups, a lot of left groups. And that energy is fantastic, because I think we're at a fantastic moment where progressive possibilities for a new egalitarianism are very profound. And I don't feel very pessimistic about the future. Now let me begin by saying I felt unhappy about the title of this session. The notion of the precariat, whether one wants to think of it as a class in the making or not, is quite different from precarious workers. It encapsulates certain things that the notion of precarious workers as victims do not capture. And the second thing is the idea of fight back. Well, if you go around the world, I think you will find that people who are calling themselves part of the precariat don't see it as a matter of fighting back, but fighting forward for something that's new and different, but progressive nevertheless. And I thought a wonderful piece of subversive, radical graffiti was spotted in Madrid recently. And I've been fortunate to address the Indignado movement, and the Greek in Syntagma Square, and the Occupy movements in the US. And I thought this piece of graffiti was beautiful. Except the worst thing would be to return to the old normal. And I thought that was really, really nice and subversive. Now, I didn't recognize the book in Raymond's presentation, particularly the early part. I don't say that the working class is dead. I just quickly checked up the pages that I said it. I don't agree with Andre Gorza's thing. I think there's been a fragmentation, and a global class structure is being imposed on national class structures, in which a fragmentation has taken place. And I would say that class, and I don't understand where this has come from, through both books at length, particularly the first book, which is called Work After Globalization, defines class in terms of relations of production, relations of distribution, and relations to the state, the nature of the state, and only subsequently focusing on identity. And what I want